gathered here for many parades and ceremonies in recent years. We have been under the clouds, under the rain. This morning, the sun is out for what is a glorious day. This is a great purpose for us to gather as friends and neighbors, to bring your kids or families to be together to celebrate the joy of being able to live in the greatest nation on earth. It is due to the sacrifice of the men and women from World War II in Korea and Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Those who have served throughout the generations, leaving behind young spouses, young kids, loving Blue Star families, some that turn into Gold Star families when that ultimate sacrifice is made not just for family and friends back home, but for millions of strangers who appreciate their service as well. This Memorial Day morning, we can be in so many other places enjoying this beautiful day, but we felt a calling to be here. There's a story to be told of this great nation that must be passed on to that next generation. To see our Girl Scouts and our Boy Scouts, our Brownies and our Cub Scouts, carrying the American flag filled with pride for all of us to know that next generation is going to continue that great story, that great service, that our freedoms and liberties will be forever protected and defended, and that this community will always come together grateful of that service and sacrifice. Some people go and serve one tour, some serve 5. I remember when I first got into the state Senate a few years ago that there was a gentleman from this community who was on his 10th deployment, a New York State trooper, who while he was deployed, his house burned down. And his community came together with love and pride for that family in need. We will always tell that story of those who fell in service. Garfield Langhorne, you could go visit the post office in Riverhead, where a young man chose to dive on a grenade and sacrifice himself for his brothers. Those stories are told in each generation. Our challenge for the young kids who are here now is to always defend this great nation, to always serve this great nation, and to tell the stories of generations past where people who wore shoes that seemed like they can never be filled by any of us were just young boys and young girls. They sacrificed it all so that we could be here this morning on this great, glorious, beautiful morning to celebrate our freedoms, to celebrate our liberties, to say God bless America, and to thank God that we get to live in the greatest nation on earth.